Oh my god. It's really one of those nothing works again. There we go. Okay, well. Why does that work automatically? Oh my god. I was saying, I have some new lights, so I think the soundboard will work a little bit better today. Or not the soundboard, the green screen. But an hour ago, my soundboard decided it wanted to stop working. And apparently, my whole audio system's really messed up. Power control, save me. Yeah, it's one of those days where nothing is working. Which seems to be happening more and more. I don't think this used to happen. It just was like these days where just nothing works for no reason. But apparently it's one of those days. Also, Discord wants to update itself, so oh my god. Thank you 3VT for the cheer and the subscription though. I did say that and apparently my microphone wasn't working, so yeah, but thank you for the subscription and the cheer. Much appreciated. We're gonna play some For the Win now and see if my luck with For the Win is any better, which may or may not be true today. Evan knows who I am? Yes, but by now we all know who you are. Okay. Okay. VT? Well, okay, by we all I mean everyone who's here frequently, but you know. Number of questions. Why is my number pad not working? Oh my god, even the number pad doesn't work. Yeah, I think it's working now. I think the numlock was messed up in some way. What? $27. Thought that took much longer than it should have. Thank you, Gagdad, for the follow. Oh my god. That's embarrassing. Thank you, QQEEAZ, for the sub. Oh, it's polynomial, okay. Oh lord, okay. Okay. I don't know what the point of that question was. Oh lord. Jeez. What? No! Oh, I tried. Six. I thought when you added them, you got... Did I fail to divide? I see, yeah. It is a perfect cube. Frick. No. I have no idea. Oh, that's actually right. Okay, so it is 44 cubed. Okay. It's just 3 is next to 2. 3 is not next to 4 or 5, 6. Oh my god, I have no idea. Okay, alright. Oh, DJ's back. Hi, DJ. Alright, all aboard. Okay, let's go. Hey! First one that I got. Yeah. Reading is hard. Oh, the time sort is... Oh, it's not even digit sort. That's fine. Is 0 a whole number? I think so, right? Yeah. Is 0 a whole number? I don't remember. Oh, also... Oh, well, I got the denominator wrong either way. Ah, that's embarrassing. How pro do you have to be on a problem writing committee during college? Which committee are you talking about? Oh wow, it's an ad. Okay, banhammer time. I mean, I think it's clearly a bot, right? Like, you don't find your way to this channel unless you either know what a math contest is or you're a bot. Maybe you're bots then. Oh my freaking, what? The heck? Wait, what is this? XQ plus... Okay, okay. XQ plus 9 is 4. Ah! Did I subtract it the wrong way? Oh, it's okay, I see. I got the sign wrong. Man. Oh, that sucks. Ah. Yeah. What? Wait, no! I'm throwing everything. Do you have to have astounding accomplishments in high school math to propose a problem to the IMO? It depends on what country you're from. The short answer is the IMO doesn't have any such regulations. If you want to submit a problem to IMO, you just need the approval of the leader, whoever is like runs the math Olympiad in your country. And different countries have different requirements on who can send problems. If you're in the United States is very careful. But other countries might have more generous. I'm not sure actually. I can't speak for other countries. Oh lord, okay. Ah, can't get it. DJ got a problem on the IMO, yeah. Yeah, because David's authorized to submit to AMCs and Amy, and some of his problems just get forwarded up the food chain because they're clearly too hard for Amy. Well, actually, I don't know if that Cape Town problem was too hard for Amy, to be honest. Oh, jeez, I know. Can a country have at least 2 problems on the IMO? I guess. I don't think there's any requirement against this. Countries are allowed to submit up to 6 problems per country per year, is my understanding. Whether the problem selection committee will take them all is a different question. It probably doesn't matter in practice because it's unlikely that your problems are so good that you'll have like a ton. It used to be the case, once upon a time, it was said that, you know, the way you got the shortlist is you just deleted all the bad problems from the long list. That was a long time ago. I don't think that's true at all anymore. Oh my god. I really should know how to do this. That took a while. Yeah, the number of problem submissions that the problem selection committee gets is much larger than it used to be. Like, it used to be... It was definitely, like, around less than 100, like, maybe, like... Actually, I'm not totally sure. I want to say, like, not too long ago, it's definitely less than, like, 100. I'm not... Although, I shouldn't say definitely if I'm not sure. But these days, the number of problem submissions is, like, well over 200. How many FTW games are there? Do you guys want to play one more FTW? Oh my god. Well, thanks for the 100 bits. I'll take the 100 bits. Yeah. Like, sure. Okay, do you guys want to keep playing FTW? We can do one more if you want, or otherwise you can move on. More? Alright, I'll do one more. But we'll make it a fast game. I'm not doing lightning, like, it's just... silly. Can we 1v1 later? Oh my god. Oh, I forgot to... Oh. Silly equals fun, let's be honest. What? Like a... Yeah, ISL is actually quite... Getting a problem on the shortlist is actually quite good now, I think. It's the rightmost non-zero... Oh, okay, so... What is your favorite IMO problem that isn't yours? I don't have an IMO problem yet, but let me think about that. Ah, jeez, okay. 16. 5 over 16. Oh, rip. Okay. I have like 2 problems on this shortlist. What? Did I actually get that? Oh lord, that's... I'm really doing badly. Yeah, today's not a great day. Slowly climb up. Okay. Okay. Alright. GG. Okay. I should have done this earlier, but if there's any 1v1 requests, get those in now. Oh my god, that is a lot of requests. Also, I see a mute me request, so let me deal with that. Can we suggest problem 7? 1981-3. Yeah. Send all the problems now. There's so many, I'm not even put them up all for voting, but holy crap, that is a lot of problems today. What the heck? Okay, this could take a while. Your patience is appreciated. Wow, that is a lot of problems today. Okay. Man, once upon a time I had to find my own problems. That was a long time ago. I'm somewhat of a boomer. Why are all the names green today? What is with that? I don't know. Okay. I will very slowly work through the requests. There are quite a few. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, today is episode 28. Just do like 5 and refund the rest. Yeah, I mean, that's always what we do. We do however many we feel like, and oh, just put up 5. Okay. Wait, which ones do I want? Oops, oh my god, is there more? Holy shoot. Oh my god. Why are there so many today? Okay, IMO. $19.81. Oh yeah, inflation. The economy is in trouble. Now. Oh, 2018 C4 from the RMM shortlist for Saroon. I've unfortunately done that problem before because it was proposed for like a USA TST as well. Okay, I'm just kind of picking at random at this point. Here on TST 52. Shoot, that's Indonesia. I want Iran. Wait, the problem number doesn't parse. Problem 5 from day 2. Oh, I've done that one before. That's actually... So, for Iran... Yeah, Simpson 1 loss is just Simpson. The Iran TST5 is... it's quite something. What was it? Yeah, that was the one it was like, oh, this is definitely spiral similarity, and... Oh my gosh. Iran TST, here, I'll put it up. So this problem was suggested, but I've done it already. It's quite special. Did I miscopy the IMO problem? Didn't I copy paste it? Isn't it? Well, the story was I did that problem during an Otis like lecture or whatever. Wait, is the IMO one really m cubed plus n cubed? Like AL says m squared plus n squared. What the heck? Yeah, it is m cubed. Why is it different on AOPS? That's so weird. That was a spiral sim one. Yeah, basically we got completely baited and did like completely the wrong thing. Yeah, I don't know why the IMO. That's strange. Okay. I can put in one more candidate. Okay, I'm putting these 6 up. Sorry if you didn't get yours in. There's just way too many today. Yeah, I just picked at random. I didn't actually put any thought into it, so yeah. Take it for what it's worth. Okay, problem vote. So SIMO 2020. This is like half geo. I should have taken one of the other non-geos. Okay. Enjoy the democracy, I guess. Alright, I'm going to step out for a bit and get soy then, because I have not eaten anything, because I was trying to fix the freaking soundboard that didn't work. Oh, when I left? Ah, that's interesting. Stop the sound. No one wants to do the IMO problem. Ah. Okay, well, the people have spoken. Alright. Okay, so, frick, I didn't record the results before oh shoot. I just pressed dismiss, I didn't actually remember what was... Okay, it was like this one, it's Christmas, KoMaL, and then SJMO, right? What's the order? Shouldn't have a problem getting to all three. KoMaL was below SJMO? Okay, never mind. Okay, either way, let's do the number theory first. What is P greater than 3? I mean, that's not abnormal, right? It's just... P is not 2. Oh my god, 3 VT. Yeah. Okay, so what is this? N is not too big, and yeah. I think I want to use my iPad for this one. Oh, I need to start the... Okay, so what the heck is this? Really? This is true? like, okay, oh my god. Why? No, go away. Okay, so like p to the... So if... Let me first write k equals... Oh, k equals 1 doesn't make any sense. Never mind. What about like k equals 2? P squared. Choose pn. We want equal to... yes. Edit access. I'm not giving you edit access. Sorry. For like, oh, for that minute. That is a lot of V-Bucks. Okay, so I still don't have a sense what's going on. Can I just like... Even the n equals 1 case, I'm not sure why I see why this is true. So this is like, oh, well... Like, how do I control p squared choose p? I guess I write this out. This is p squared times p squared minus 1 up to p squared minus p plus 1 p times p minus 1. So this guy here is just p. This is the p. And then this whole blob here is apparently supposed to be 1 mod p cubed. Really? Is that true? Isn't it well known or something? Well, I mean, maybe, but like I don't remember why it's true. Yeah, I think this is a thing where if I want to grab this, I want to expand the binom. At least in the special case, I can check it by just like expanding everything. But I really don't want to do that. This is for p to the 5, right? K equals 2. Oh, sorry, there you could mod p to the 5. Wait, that's really large. Oh yeah, I can't count. Okay, so it should be 5. I'm so surprised that's true. Really? So p minus 1. So apparently this is a true identity. Oh, sorry, okay. Maybe this is not that surprising actually. Because what happens is this thing is the constant term of this expansion. Like this expansion, when I multiply it out, will give me, is this one? Yeah, there's p minus 1. So it's like minus 1 to the p minus 1 times p minus 1 factorial. So then you just have to look at the p squared term of this and the p to the 4th term. The p squared coefficient is, it's the Wolstenholme thing. And the p to the 4 is something smaller. I still feel like this is larger than I remember Wolstenholme letting me get. But like, yeah. I think this thing should be divisible by p cubed. Sorry, I'm being silly. We want it's only up to p to the 4 because we divided by 1 factor of p. Right, so I only need this to be divisible by p squared, which it is. Okay, so at least I can do the n equals 1 case. N equal, or, okay, this is the k equals 1, n equals 1 case. But I guess the general situation won't be any different because I just replace k with k minus 1 in a bunch of places. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, so this will work for all k. And then for all when n equals 1. So that part's fine. Okay, full. Cool. Let me do n equals 2 very briefly because I want to see if it will be basically the same thing. So for n equals 2, what's the assertion? It's like I'm gonna isolate the ones that are divisible. Like I want to squeeze out the. Okay, there's a 2p and there's a p to the k, and there's a p to the k minus p, and and then like, so this is all n equals 2. Okay, that's fine. I want this whole thing, and then there's a corresponding thing down here, and here's the other one. Yeah. It's one of those days. Let me make a quick plug for Dennis while I'm at it. I can put it in the actual video rather than just the... Okay, so what's the assertion? I want this to be p to the k minus 1 times p to the k minus 1 minus 1, choose 2. Okay, yeah, so yeah. So this thing always just corresponds to this guy, right? Like this is the blob here and this is the blob here. Like these are just equal. So we knock them out, and as I knock them out, how many factors of p do I shave off when I do that? It's like 2, and this we're talking about animals. Yep. Thank you for the follows from HP2608 and Central. Some alt named Frugal Sheets posted. Oh my god. Do I have to do that now? How much time do I spend policing this forum? Oh man. Now there's a Google Sheets too. Jesus. Okay, you're only shaving p to the k minus 1. Yeah. So, okay, yeah. takes out p to the k minus 1. So we just want this blob to be congruent to 1 mod p to the k plus 2. No, wait. Last time... Wait. What was I doing before? Yeah, k plus 2, right? It's more if n is at least p? Oh, jeez. Is that gonna... So, am I... Well, regardless, like, if these identities are true, it doesn't seem like they stop becoming... Like, as I push more values of... Wait, this is weird. Jesus. How am I supposed to do math when I have to keep cleaning up C and P? Okay. I'll deal with it. Oh, don't worry, I already took them. I took out everything in the moderator queue. You might check the threads to see if there's anything else left. Okay, where was I? Okay, so, like, the point is that there's these blocks of p minus 1, and, like, we should just think they're probably just always equal, right? Specifically, when do I have, yeah, sorry, I forgot DJ was here. I was like, oh, it's just me, but no, DJ's here too. In general, if I have a capital A, this is congruent to p minus 1 factorial plus a times... This is assuming like a is... Oh, I see the issue. No. No, it's okay. Maybe, I'm not sure. Wait, now I'm confused. Okay, so that purple guy and that purple guy, this one and this one definitely knock each other out. Like this guy. And that one. Yeah, so we concluded these will kill each other. Why did these two kill each other? 2p minus 1. Oh yeah, no, this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, okay, so, alright, so I want to be a little more careful. Oh. Alright, let's try this again. So it's like p to the k minus like, we'll just call it like cp plus 1. P to the k minus c times p plus 2, all the way up to p to the k minus c times p plus p minus 1. And we are comparing that against cp plus 1, cp plus 2, and we are hoping it just vanishes mod... What's the mod? We want p to the k plus 2. Would be sufficient. Maybe it's not necessary, like it's possible that it's less than that, but this would be good enough. Okay, so... Okay, so constant terms knock each other out. So there's like a p to the k and then there's a p to the 2k. The p to the 2k is big enough for large k, right? So we don't even... Yeah, I'm not even going to write the p to the 2k. I just need the fact that if I have like something invertible-ish, it's like 1 over cp plus 1 plus 1 over cp plus 2. My hope is that this is divisible by p squared, and if it is, we should be okay? Oh my god. DJ, can you like help weed out the CNP kids while I do the math? I'm struggling to keep up at this point. I've been doing that, thanks. Yeah, that's appreciated. Okay, so again, if I just pair up the fractions, I should get 2 plus c oh, this is weird. This isn't doing quite what I wanted to do. Two plus 2c, right? 2 plus 2c times p on the top, and on the bottom it's like cp plus 1, cp plus p minus 1. And then the next one is like same numerator, 2 plus 2c times p, but the bottom is cp plus 2, and the other was cp plus p minus 2. And all of this we're working in mod p squared. So what I can do is I should be able to take out a factor of p, and now it's mod p, and once it's mod p, these all go away. And now it's just the Wollstonholm with an extra factor of 2 plus 2c, which shouldn't matter. So I think that should work, right? Does this just work? Am I missing something? I think this just works. These congruences hold mod p squared, and that's all you need. I don't know, Wollstonholm is easy to prove. I think we're basically proving Wollstonholm in this problem. Okay, this just works, right? I'm not missing something? Like, they're... Oh my god. I'm changing the stream to emote only mode for a while, I'm sorry. Or actually, I can do sub only mode too. Yeah, subscribers have... So, subscribe... Oh my god. Okay, that didn't help. We're just using emotes only. That works better. Okay, can people tell me by emotes if, like, the solution's correct? Am I missing something? Because I think this should just work, but it feels a little too simple for the place. Okay. Thank you, N506 for the chair. Yeah, but this... I'm not missing anything, right? This just works? You can't cancel the multiples of p in the denominator since it's mod p squared. No, it becomes mod p after I take out the p on the top, right? Like it's initially mod p squared, and then you get a factor of p in the top. So when you strip away the factor of p, now it goes from mod p squared to mod p, and then you can just kill off the thing. Why was it emo only? There was a lot of spam. Okay, cool. I think this just works, which is same as official. Okay, great. I was worried I missed something because I was like, I was thinking about the ways that this could become harder. Like because this claim here was only sufficient. It wasn't necessary because of factors of p that would come up later. So I was very surprised that it just like went okay. Okay, I guess we're doing geo now. Yep, geo time. 2 geos, and then the others. All right, so GGB is a hack. I'm sorry, I'm a streamer. I gotta use equipment. Okay, so O equals triangle center, A, B, C, 3. And omega is circle A, B, C. M is midpoint BC. And OM at X and Y. Okay, so tangent A omega should intersect line BC at X, which is off the page because why wouldn't it be? Okay, and Y is intersect line AX, line OM. Thank you for the 100-bit cheer from Ann Wenju. Much appreciated. Okay, and N will be the midpoint of AM, and there's 2 points P and Q, which I trust are probably absolutely useless, and actually what we want is that they lie on the radical axis of the 2 circles. So we're not going to draw P and Q, we're just going to say I want this on the radical axis. Because like, why would P and Q be useful? I hope I'm right about that. Someone implemented 3,000 triangle centers in GeoGebra? Sounds about right. Aw, yeah, that's such a cute emote. Where'd that come from? GIF, please. Is the screen blurry? I hope not. Am I online? I think I'm online, right? Ah, that's probably, yeah. Okay, so N should be on the radical axis, which is... Why the midpoint of AM? Okay, whatever. Maybe the radical axis is that what I think it is? I doubt it. But it's funny because like, okay, well, we're going to draw on the other midpoint. There's no way around it. We're going to let P be the midpoint of XY, so it's the center of this circle, because this triangle we have is a... Wait, sorry, I'm silly. It's not a right angle triangle. Fine. Oh, that is a really cute emote. We're gonna let S be the center of this circle. I feel like this... Okay, it doesn't pass through. Alright, what is this? Oh my god. Can you guys like spend your energy to like help me solve the problem instead of like making multis on AOPS? Like anyways, I have an idea. What happens if I use linearity of power of a point? By which I mean, you know the power of m with respect to, you know the powers of a and m with respect to the circle. And maybe I can get the power of a and m with respect to oxy, right? Right? What if I just used linearity of power of a point? I haven't used this in a very long time, so I don't know if this will actually work. But it seems worth a shot. So we're going to compute the power of m. So the power of m with respect to the circumcircle is bc squared over 4. That's easy. And the power of a with respect to the circumcircle is 0 because it's on the circumcircle. So now what I need is the power of oxy for both of these. And it feels like you should just be able to get both of them. So ax times ay and on the other hand, m is like mo times my. So it would be sufficient to prove some identity. Let me make sure I get the identity right. I want mo times my times my minus to be equal to ax times ay plus 1/4 bc squared. That is necessary and sufficient to solve the problem. Okay, can I just compute everything? It feels like I can just compute everything. Also, I hope I'm getting that. Sorry, the ax times ay is negated, right? One of them is negated. Oh, sorry. Wait, okay, I definitely messed something up. Alright. Alright, what did I mess up? Oh geez, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, okay, sorry. It's adjusting the white balance automatically, so if I... alright, I'll just sit very still so the green screen doesn't act up. And debug this later. Another nothing working day. So ax times ay should be negative, yeah. This one's negative and this one's negative. And mo times my for that matter, well... Oh, configuration issues. Mo times my could technically be negative if the triangle is not of the right flavor. What is the thing we're trying to prove? I want n to be on the radical axis, and I want to get it by using like a linearity argument. So I'm getting all the signs wrong though. I think in the end, I just want ax times ay is equal to the sum of the two things. I think that's what I want. So can I actually compute these? It feels like it just should be... It doesn't look that great actually. You just want... Yeah. Oh, this is actually not wonderful. Cause like I need to reference that angle. Like there's an angle A and B which is not great, and I want to deal with it. I can define this in just AOMXY. Is that true? Let's see. What's the criteria for O? Just AOM. Wait, I'm being silly. This is the altitude. No, AO is the one that's the right angle. Okay, yeah. So it's like I have a right triangle and a point on it, and I draw that right angle. Is that really necessary and sufficient? Thanks, Shadowfax, for the cheer. Yeah, so, okay, it really is just a right triangle with a point on it, right? And then you define O. And, okay, alright. So, I guess we just run the problem over now, right? Is that it? There's nothing else to do? Is that it? Like that? I could just run it over now, right? All right. Well, for this calculation, I'm going to switch to the. You know, we didn't actually need GeoGebra. This is all we're going to do with it. Okay, so all right, let's go here. So I want that thing. Let's just run it over. Was y on top or x on top? Y is here, x is here. Okay. I guess I have to do some calculation now. So we're just gonna say this is r, and this is like, we'll call this h, and this is like root r squared plus h squared or something. And then now this guy will be some constant times h. This is something, and then this is like kr. That's our setup. I don't like this setup very much. Sorry, this is bad. We're gonna put k times h here. That's better. This is like k times h. No, I can't do that. I actually have to do. What? I have to do it this way? That's so bad. Okay, well let's see what happens. So really? Did I mess something up? This doesn't feel right. It feels like the expression is really ugly. Did I? Thank you, Coyote2K19 for the follow. Okay, so it's k times the hypotenuse minus h, that's ax, times h, that's ax times ay, is apparently equal to 1/4 bc squared, so like bm squared, and this is equal to r squared minus k times h minus root r squared plus h squared all squared, and then plus mo times my, and mo is k times h minus r squared plus h squared square root mo times my, which is kh. Is this a true identity? Did I flip a sign? I think I flipped a sign. Oh no, it's actually okay. Minus, yeah. No, what? R squared plus h squared, r squared, kh. Okay, I think this identity is true. Which means we're done. Okay, I guess that works. What do I think about this problem? I'm sure you had something better in mind, right? Like there's a solution that was not what I just did. Yeah, okay, so I will have a better opinion once I see such solution. I'm sorry I totally cheesed this problem. Simpson line. X squared is probably a useful number. Yeah, okay, moving on. I'm sorry! This is a cool roll. Okay, so this was SMO SJMO3. We're gonna make a new one. Oh shit. GeoGebra. Okay, so alright. Good old start. A, B, C. Oh, that is okay. Okay, that is a weird condition. So, OA, OB, OC are given, and then I'm supposed to drop 3 altitudes. So x equals intersect. Okay, so, and then Evan, is there a reason why you always use that triangle? Kind of by habit, like it's just the one I use by default. I do think there's a thing to be said for using the same triangle when it's convenient. like just as a default, because then you can learn where points are physically located. Like if a point appears in the same, if the same point appears in the problem that you did in the past, it will actually be in the same physical location. This is not that important. Like in particular, sometimes like a particular problem will just not work well with your default triangle, and like it's not a big deal. But if you can just use the same triangle always, you know, if there's a reason not to use the default triangle, I think you just use your default triangle. Not a very strong statement. Okay, so I want I to be on the Simpson line, which is like what? Why? Wow, this is hey. All right, I'll stop playing around. What does this do with the in-center? Like what? Complex bash? I had the thought, like everything except the in-center is fine. The in-center is not fine. Like if I give you these random points x, y, z, there's no way I can control the in-center. So in order to make some sort of progress, I need to figure out like, I think if we get a synthetic observation that like kind of tells us where the in-center is, then maybe we're talking. But before that, you can't just straight complex bash this statement, I believe. Like it's outside of my abilities. Which if you were here last stream, you saw that I cannot expand more than like 20 terms without making countless mistakes. So I definitely don't want to go after this one with that thing. On the other hand though, like, what is this? What do I do with an in-center? Okay, actually, oh, hang on. They all lie on this circle with diameter DO, right? For obvious reasons. I really should draw the circle in. That is an important circle to draw. Yes, they're internally tangent because DO is a diameter and DO is a radius. Oh yeah, that's the other scary thing. Like, it's not true if I... Thank you, Soup London, for the follow. It's not true if I use X-center instead, because it's not true that the three X-centers and in-center are all collinear. So something's up. I'll put it that way. I can compute all the angles, right? Like, angle XYZ is equal to... what is this? What is this angle? This angle is 90 minus b, so this angle is 2b. So this is a 2b? Wait, that can't be right. Sorry, this is, wait, what? What? This angle is twice this angle. This is 90 minus. Okay, so 180. Okay, this is like minus 2b, 180 minus 2b or something like that. So actually, you know where what all the angles of XYZ are. So this is not quite as scary as I thought. On the other hand, it still kind of scares me. Okay. Can I get? Where is X? I'm trying to think, maybe what I want to do is, rather than... Yeah... Here's an idea. Rather than complex bashing with respect to ABC, what if I use the blue circle as the unit circle? So it's like XYZ DO, and you try to figure out where A should be. Well, A is like... You know the radius. It's like... Did Evan finish SJMO already? Yes. It went back quite quickly, actually. I don't know. I really very rarely use linearity of powerful points, so I was surprised that I was able to do anything. Anyways, back to this. All right, I'll do the dilation. I'll do the dilation. 2 times y minus d. We'll call it y prime. What is the... Yeah, I think I should just dilate everything. So we don't have to think about the blue circle and the... Watching Aops become engulfed in flames is great. Why is this a good thing? Like, I'm the one that has to deal with it, you know? Except actually DJ is helping me. But like, don't cause more trouble for me, sheesh. Kids these days. Okay, so we're just gonna dilate the triangle so that everything's on the same unit circle. And yep, it's a thing. dx prime. How fast does Evan type? Apparently only about 100 words per minute. Not as fast as you would expect. So I'm trying to think, like, I do these reflections, I can get... Wait, actually, I changed my mind. Can I not just complex patch this? Like, because the circle is back in the unit circle, it's back in the unit circle, right? So you can just compute the orthocenter, or in-center. I guess you have to somehow distinguish it from the other 3 X centers, but... Y prime is reflection of D over BO? Yes, because we took a dilation, a homotopy with a ratio 2. I almost feel... But something feels strange about this. Something bugs me. IO is fixed, like the line IO, or the distance. Oh, I see. Okay, we can check that. This is definitely cheating, but I'm curious now. I'm sorry. I want to know. Where's the locus button? Locus J D. Ah, okay. That's just because the formula for OI squared, R minus... I mean, in that case, what it's asserting is that the in radius is also fixed, right? Like the in radius of this circle as I vary. Yeah, which is a stronger assertion, but also... like, what the heck? Oh wait, yeah, the angles are fixed. Okay, good point, yes! Because the angles don't depend on D, okay, yes, so that is where it should rotate. Good point. Alright, let me actually draw the Simpson line. So H is going to be the triangle center ABC4, and the assertion is that line JH is doing something nice. This is a Simpson line. I want it to... I want this to be Simpson line. Or not the... I want the reflection of D across the sky to be there. That's informative. It's actually, so that's the second intersection is the orthocenter. Interesting. Okay, so it's actually radius OH. What does KoMaL stand for? I don't know what it stands for. I know it's a Hungarian math journal, which is actually quite nice. There's a lot of really good problems in there, actually. Because like US students don't read it, I often use it when I like want to look for practice test problems that they haven't seen before. I guess now I said that, so now well, there's a lot of KoMaL, so I don't think they'll give away very much. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. RIP! Well, okay. Okay, so what's going on? Oh, okay, I know what's going on. Because this triangle, there's, you know, we're just rotating the triangle, right? And there's a certain point where this triangle will exactly coincide with, wait, no, not here. Where is it? Damn it. I know it's somewhere. No. No. Wait, maybe I'm wrong. Sorry. Basically, what I was going to say is that because the reason that OJ is OH is because this triangle is similar to the triangle you get when you take the reflections of H across the opposite sides. And, yeah. That triangle has in-center H. To do well on Evan's test. Why would you cheat on like an Otis practice exam? Like, never mind. It's literally a practice exam. Like, yeah. But my point is like the angles aren't just random. They actually are. They're the same angles as the reflections of H across the sides. And so, you know, there's a reflection applied, but that's okay. So we get for free that OJ is equal to OH, just period. That's actually very surprising. Wait, this is so clean. It's, okay. So OJ was fixed because the shape of the triangle was fixed. OJ fixed. Since triangle is fixed shape, OJ equals OH. Because that shape is oppositely similar to the triangle formed by reflecting H across sides. Which means what? And that triangle is in center H. So that's why H is involved. Yeah, the point is the angles of the ortho triangle. So, at this point we know the in-center lies on this very special circle, and now I just want to get on the Simpson line. What does it mean to be on the Simpson line? This is where I have to actually think a little bit about the direction, right, that its things are in. What Simpson Wallace? It's just it's the Simpson. Just like don't waste your time like getting in trouble with AOPs, right? Like I don't know. Okay, so I definitely could complex bash the problem now, because what you would do is x prime, y prime, z prime is oppositely similar to that orthic triangle, and then you can compute the similarity explicitly. That will give you the coordinates of j, and then you can verify it coincides with the Simpson line. It looks so clean. I almost feel strange not doing it, because I don't think you use the addition operation. I think you don't use the addition operation, like if I complex bash this. Is midpoint DH on the Simpson line? Yes. Yes. Not by definition, but that is a property of the Simpson line. So yeah, that's why this is, I want this purple guy to be the dilation of the Simpson line, by which I mean I need the reflection of D across each of the sides to lie on here, I think is necessary and sufficient. I can just complex match it. Should I? Should I just do it? We can use moving. No, don't use moving points. No, if your objective function is to just solve the problem now, you should use complex numbers. You should not waste your time using moving points, because that's much easier to get wrong. Like, if you use complex numbers, there's no chance you get it wrong, and it will take like probably less time. Like this is don't use moving points. No. Don't use moving points. Also, is my poll software just dead? Is my internet dead? Why can't I? No, where's my poll software? How am I supposed to get a vote now? Let's see. Includes a moving point Otis unit. Yeah, I really think the moving points unit is like a mistake. Okay, we're just gonna use a complex. Screw it. We're just doing it. Okay, so x prime is d squared over a, y prime, z prime, similar, and the triangle with vertices minus bc over a, minus a over b, minus a b over c has orthocenter a plus b plus c. So that's that happens. Now so to get from minus bc over a to d squared over a, what I do is the map is called U conjugate, and then you multiply by d squared abc. Wait, that seems really fat. Really? Hang on, that's not right. It should be a conjugation and then multiplication by some factor. Is abc over d squared? No. D squared over z. Sorry, not conjugate. D squared a over bc. Oh, that's a mistake. This should be a squared over d. So I can't even do one-term complex batches correctly. Okay, so d squared over z, and then I multiply by abc and divide by d. So it's just abc over z. This is the map. This is, because everything is on the unit circle, this is actually an opposite similarity. I could write z bar instead of... Actually, it's more clear if I write z bar, actually. this is the map. It's the opposite similarity that will drag one place to the other. So under this map, under this map, what do I get? The in-center J has coordinates, what is it? BC over D plus CD over A. Oh man, I lied. I have to use addition. AB plus BC over plus CA over D is what it is. Okay, so that's J, and I want to show that J is on the Simpson line of D, which it is, because why is it? How do I check this? Haven't been invited to Discord yet? Wait, if you're an Otis student that's not on this Discord, please send me an email. Oh, I see. There might have been... Oh, right. I added... Okay, yes. Yeah, I'll do that later today. What's the close form of the Simpson line? I don't remember. I just remember how you do the reflection. Frick. I only know that A plus B plus C over D is in this case where something we want. Whatever. We'll just do the reflection. It's okay. A plus B minus AB over D. A. Okay. So I want this collinear with like this, and it's on the wiki. Oh jeez. Okay, so, wow, that is weird coloring. Yeah. So AB... I think this is what the lighting actually looks like in, like, before the webcam does. I've learned that apparently webcams just automatically, like, do some things to the color, and it's... whatever. Play with a hue shift. Whatever. Okay. I'm supposed to check these are collinear. I keep putting it off. Are we complexing? Yes. I feel like I should know what the equation of the Simpson line is, and I don't, which makes me sad. Okay. Everyone. Buckle up, we're just gonna do it. We'll put aside our morals and we will just do the calculation. Alright? Let's get this over with. The determinant I want to evaluate is AB plus BC plus CA over D. Its conjugate, and 1. Why? Oh, my compiler crashed because I left out a brace. The thing that bothers me about this is normally when I do this calculation, what you're supposed to do is you shift it by like A plus B plus C. Did I drop a minus sign in my map? You are correct. There is minus sign missing. Yes, thanks. Like I literally can't do anything right these days. I'm so bad at this now that it's like embarrassing. Okay, so 1 over A plus 1 over... dA plus b minus ab over d. So we're just gonna do it. D a plus b minus d d 1 d ab 1, and let's use like c instead of. Okay, so if I haven't completely messed up yet, this determinant is supposed to equal 0. And how do I check this? Well, I can subtract row 3 from row 2. Yeah, that sounds good. So let's start doing that. And oh no, I actually don't really want to subtract. Yeah, let's get rid of all the fractions first. I think that's a good place to start. So there's a factor of d that just goes away from the first column. And for the others, I guess I multiply by ABC, right? So this becomes c a plus b minus d. This becomes b a plus c minus d. The teacher also asks. Oh, the good old days. I miss the Taiwan. You know, if I wasn't in the freaking US, I had this like great opportunity to go and help train the Taiwan team, because Taiwan, unlike the US, is doing really well with the coronavirus. But I'm from the US, so you know, if I go to Taiwan, they just quarantine me for like a couple of weeks, and well, maybe that's okay. Maybe I should have just done it anyways. Is there anything good to subtract? Can I just subtract? Yeah, let's just subtract. Okay, we'll subtract. No. I really hoped I didn't have to use the addition operation, but I think I have to use addition. Okay, so A, the BC's cancel, so it's like A minus D, C minus B. So it's literally the same term twice. Right? Right. If I subtract. Why did I feel 2015 USIMO 2 was hard? I don't know, you're not alone. You should see the scores on that problem. Okay, so Chen is, oh yeah, welcome to the stream. Don't worry, this is like a nice bash. For whatever definition of nice you endorse. Okay, so we're gonna use minors. This just works, right? There's no way this doesn't work. So, minus d a plus b plus c minus b a plus c minus d plus minus ab plus bc plus ca. Shoot, I flipped the order. Try again. ba plus c minus d plus da plus b plus c, and then minus ab plus cc plus ca minus d a plus c minus ac. Yeah, I don't need it to care. Okay, well I just dropped the constant factor. What is my favorite Otis combo unit? Definitely equality. Equality was almost like the first combo unit. Like it was the first one where I was like, wow, I really have something good for combo. AC, BB, BD, BD. Yep, okay, equals 0, we're done. We're done. We're done. Done. Done, 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 done. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. This is the first time a complex bash went well on stream. That's because when you look at the complex bash, like, oh, actually there are 12 terms. Okay, so it's like a little longer than the last one. But like, you know, the incentive was literally this. Like, it's like, this has to be easy. Like, even I can do it. I now know that, oh yeah, that's great. Now I know the Simpson line is the line through, like, this guy and the ortho center, I guess, once you dilate back. This line is parallel to a line which you can show. Yeah, I believe that. Okay. Okay, so, what's so special about equality for ARY anger? I don't know. It was just the first unit that it was the first combo unit I designed that I thought I did it. Even I can do it, yeah. I mean, you saw last week, right? It literally like 20 terms, and it was just like literally can't expand 20 freaking terms. But yeah, this is how you use complex numbers correctly. Just for the record, you don't start by doing the in-center. You like actually figure out. Yeah. Anyways, okay. I'm going to go to the IMO problem because I think we've done 2 Geo already. And I want to just run the problem over it because it looks funny. And then after that, I don't know. Can you check Twitch whispers later? Oh jeez, what do I need to check? Some email for... Oh, you just want my email? You can just find my email on my website. I'll put it in the chat too. Yeah, like... Can you solve 2011 C7? No, I tried. I tried. Alright, so first of all, apparently the problem statement is wrong on AOPS, which confuses the heck out of me, but okay. We want n squared minus mn minus m squared to be plus minus 1. do you want to be in a jump? That sounds awful. I mean, there is a sense in which, like, yes, like the n squared minus mn minus m squared equals 1 should have like one solution, or like a curve of solutions. Yeah, let's just solve. What happens if n squared minus n? Okay, so can you solve the dreaded AMC 10 2021 and go over the problems? Thank you so much. How do I solve for n? Actually, so first of all, this is one of those Pell things, right? If I let like n equals x plus y halves and m equals x minus y halves, does the constant term go away? It does, right? Or not? Is it the wrong way? Or I could just use the quadratic formula. Oops, did I miss a brace? I missed a brace. I always miss that brace. Okay, I don't know. Why did I decide to do this problem? Okay, so b squared minus 4, okay, so this is like 5m squared, right? Sorry, this is like minus m squared plus minus 1, so I flipped the sign. So this is 5m squared plus minus 4. Okay, is one of them not integer? No, they can both be integers. However, x is a Fibonacci number if and only if 5x squared plus minus 4 is a square. We all know this theorem because it showed up on the Elmo this year. So why should we know this? You're not supposed to. It just happened to show up on Elmo this year, so I happened to know it because I was like, why did Noah tell me this was true? Yeah, thanks to New Culture. So, I guess I just try, like, the condition is literally equivalent to m being a Fibonacci, or, yeah, so m is a Fibonacci number. And n is given explicitly by that thing. So m is Fibonacci. It's given by n equals, yeah, okay, great. So now all it remains to do is to find the largest, well, these are all positive guys, right? So you just need the largest Fibonacci number that fits in here. So what are the Fibonacci numbers? 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 35, 55, 89. This is the dumbest thing I've done all day. 1597. The next one's too big. Okay, so 1597 fits. Does... Now I have to compute what is like... It doesn't fit, right, actually. 1597, yeah, you need to be slightly less than half. It's too large. Like, n will be too big. So, 987 is where it's at. So n is 987 is best, and n equals 987 plus square root of 5 times 987 squared plus minus 4 over 2. One of those is a square. Let's figure out which. So now we can do some mental arithmetic, right? So first of all, what is 987 times 987? I'm too old for this. 72, 64, 56, 974169, I hope. Let me double check that. Yeah, 974169, I think. And if I multiply by 5, 4870845 plus minus 4, and I want that to be a square. Someone tell me if the calculation is wrong. Okay, so now I need to compute a square root. Oh, jeez. Okay, so square root is like 2. I don't. How do you compute a square root? 2, 4, 2, 3, 0, 2, 2, 0, 1. Ish. Like, okay, 2201 squared is 484 That's actually too large. Really? Something's wrong. No, it's not too large. I want okay, 484. Okay, so I have 30-ish space, and I want like 7. Yeah, I think that's what I want. Am I being ignored? 987, 1597. Well, 1597 is too big, right? Oh wait, is it just literally? Wait, what? No, what do you mean? It's 1597, really? But that's not close. Wait, is what? Oh, then I really screwed something up. Wait, is this calculation just completely wrong? Oh, I didn't divide by 2. Wait, no. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, you went all the way. Okay, fine. No, and it's 1597. Okay. Right, okay. I was like... That's too big brain. It requires you to like actually look at the recursion. Fine. Alright, so... max value is just like 987 cubed plus 1597 cubed, right? Like that, I don't know what that number is, and I'm not computing it. I'm sorry, that's beyond my fortitude. Okay, that happened. Is that actually correct? Let me double check that I didn't make a mistake. Yeah, so it turns out that solving IMO problems is really easy if you happen to see the exact same problem a week ago. Yeah, so what happened was, okay, not a week, but like, I was lining up in Boston to get a COVID test because if you don't get the test, you have to stay inside for 2 weeks, and I was like, this is dumb. I want to go outside. So I was standing in line, and while I was standing in line, I was writing up Elmo solutions. So I was looking at like the Fibonacci fact again. So when I see 5m squared plus minus 4, like, like, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that thing, you know. Okay, great. Yeah, so I guess it's also Vieta jumping, and like, yeah. I don't get why 5x squared plus minus 4 showed up in the Elmo problem. I don't know. Okay, alright, how long have I been doing math for? Wow! Wow, it's only 10 p.m. Eastern. Wait, wow, okay, now these things are going much better than usual. We got... how many problems did we get? We got 4 problems, right? Ah, yeah, okay, I'll do the polynomial functional. And then... oh man, more write-ups. Oh, so what do I do? Evan, you have written over 1,000 handouts. Define handout. So what is this? Oh, jeez. A plus B equals 0 and A equals 0 are useful subs. Yeah, that sounds true. Iran TST 2009 is evil? What's wrong with that problem? It's so like you just hit it and then, well, not hit it, but like, you don't know how to deal with HP? Throw away the points A and F. Oh, we have more problem requests. Oh. Okay. See, I never learned how to do FE properly. That's the issue. By which I mean I actually don't like FEs, so I avoid them. I'm sorry! Alright, so I just plug stuff in, right? Okay, so let's plug in B equals 0, and it tells us P of A is at least P of A squared is at least P of A squared minus P of 0. So the constant term is non-negative and some other statement is true. Okay, let's say A equals B equals minus A. So P of 0, P 0 minus 2 plus 2A squared times 2PO plus A squared. Alright, so something is like 2PA squared is at least P of 2A squared minus PA squared root 2. I have no idea where I'm going with this. I'm just plugging things in. Middle term is, middle term? Oh shoot! There's a plus P0. You are right. You are very right. Okay, so actually, like, because there's polynomials, like, you should be able to say things like this statement being true for every real number A should mean something. I'm trying to see what. Like, P is not linear, for example. You need degree P at least 2. Thank you, Holmes9139, for the follow. Yeah, P0, yeah. Yeah, A to the n to the n, so P is at least degree 2 unless it's constant. Does constants work? That constant is 0, that constant is twice. No, constants don't work because there's a thing that's, yeah. No, actually constants might work. Only 0, okay. Well, see, is 0 the only constant that works? Okay, it's only 0 works. Alright, I'll take your word for it then. Because I was like looking at this, like this thing might actually be just positive because there's, you know, a squared b squared term. But you substitute b equals 0. Okay, sure. Oh, right, okay, you get the constant is non-negative and okay, yeah, from this one. Alright, fine. So it's not large A. Fine. This statement, oh wait, this statement is actually quite strong. This statement tells you P has like bounded degree, right? Because, yeah, A plus B, okay, this statement tells you that degree P at most 4. 4? No, not even 4, like 2? So you get degree P is at most 2. Wait, can I not just like let P be like ax squared plus bx plus c and expand now? I mean, I guess I should optimize it a little bit, but like, if degree is P at most 2, it doesn't seem like there's much left. Okay, let's see. So we know P of no is non-negative. Can P of a squared be super negative? Oh, wait, shoot. Well, no. Also, like, here, right? Maybe? If P is super negative, then this term becomes larger than this term. Wait, that's fine. Oh, never mind. Yeah, shoot. Oh, frick. Okay, so, sorry, let me correct that. If P has positive leading coefficient, then it's at most 2. What if we think P decays rapidly to minus infinity? Then what? Thank you, LACL Anthony, for the follow. P of 0, yeah. Yeah, we know P of 0 is not negative. Yeah. Oh man, I really don't want to think about negative polynomials. If P has like minus x to the 1,000,000 or something. Oh, I flipped the sign. Hang on. This sign here is minus. Okay. What if P is very negative? Oh no. Well, you would want... Oh, no. If P is very negative, then this sentence breaks. This sentence is not good if P decays rapidly, because this thing grows much faster. So you feed in some large negative... Is that right? Yeah, if P of large... Oh, If P has odd degree, P of A... yeah. Oh, my solution might... That's not good. F. Yeah, that's not good. Because I'm looking at this and I really think that there might be other solutions. But... yeah, if P is like K times X to D, then PPA is... K squared A to the 2D. Or it's just K times A to the 2D, right? Yeah. So... yeah, I'm not sure you get a conclusion. Request a 1v1 in 2048. Is 2048 like 1v1 game? Okay, that's what I thought. I had the impression it shouldn't have a multiplayer mode. T-Low48, thank you for the follow. You can race, I guess. Make one of the channel rewards be playing a sufficiently short song. I mean, unless the music is now copyrighted, it's very hard for me to play on stream. Like, the music that you see here on the stream is like specifically for streaming because like you get some authorization to play it. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave on the functional equation for now because I'm not totally sure that there is a solution. Yeah, but I'll refund the V-Bucks for it. And I guess that means... why does my poll overlay stop working? Oh, now it's fine. I hate technology. Do you guys still want to do Geo or stuff? We can also just like have a Hollow Knight session. Hollow, yeah, that's the game I've been playing. Okay, anyways. Okay, wait. Is my poll broken now too? That's not... Oh, well, now it shows up. Okay. I think I just decided that I didn't really want to work on it anymore, to be honest. Like, FEs are not really my thing. Okay, that's unanimous. Alright. Okay, good enough. Okay, so I will do... What am I doing? Brazil 20... Okay, I will... We'll have another voting session, alright? We'll put all the proposals up again and re-vote on them all. Okay. So this came up, and if you sent a request that was rejected earlier, feel free to resend it now, I guess. I apologize that I rejected. I didn't think we'd get through the prompts this quickly today. Because the last few weeks have been just like disaster after disaster. Just like... CNCM R2P7? Didn't we do that problem already? Oh no, this FE. Yeah, I've done this FE before, the Brazil one. It's... Did I post the solution in the thread? If not, I can post one now. Yeah, I posted a solution in the thread for this problem. So for whoever submitted Brazil 2019-3, you can, if you want to see my solution, it's there. Okay, what else got thrown in? JBMO 2025. I don't see junior. I have to search the forum. I guess the contest collection didn't get made. Oh wait, yeah, isn't JBMO a 4-problem contest? Is this the wrong contest? I will reject your request so that you can send a correct one. Oh, it's SMO. Alright. I want dinner. Has 7 but yeah, I haven't touched 6 yet, I think. Actually, for that matter, 2, 3, I don't think I've done 2, 3, or 6. Is that right? Or did they overlap with SJMO? Yeah, I don't have SMO3 in my database. I don't so I don't think I did it. Okay, well, any other problems that people want to throw? How about SMO 2? Okay, this is China TST. I'll put that up. Was the problem too hard or something? Did just no one get it? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no. What's going on? People still want to do math and we started running out of problems to do. So we're gonna vote on the next one. What is 2008 G7? G7 is the actual IMO problem, right? Yeah, that, like, that's IMO 2008-6. Like, I have a solution to that written on my website. So I will reject that one. The frick is, who is that? Dotted calc, oh, it's dotted. Why are we choosing problems? Because today was unusually productive, so we got a lot of problems. So I need to like do a second round of voting. That's what happened. Okay, alright. Oh no! Oh, I just started the poll! Oh no! Ah. Okay. What do I do? I'm sorry! Yeah, submit it next week. Oh, frick. I'm sorry, I would have waited if I'd known you were going to resubmit. Alright. So SMO, Dennis, Andrew, and then China. Yeah, I got the KoMaL problem, but like I complex bashed the ending for some definition of bash. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I have the sequence, and either I take the largest odd factor, or I add p squared, where p is the smallest factor. Do you think the CAMO problem was nice? Yeah, I think so. If he does 6, it's basically an Olympiad. How many have I done so far? 4? Yeah, let's shoot for 6, and then I'm going to sleep. Or by actually, what I actually mean is I'm going to eat dinner, because I haven't eaten dinner yet. Okay, so I want it to be eventually 2 periodic. So like an plus 1 is like not much larger than an, right? So if an is odd, then it alternates between even and odd, first of all. So like, yeah. So an plus 1 is an plus p squared, unless p is prime, or unless an is prime. So if an is not a composite, this is like, then this is some even number, which is at most 2an. Because their smallest prime factor is at least, yeah. So an plus 2 will be at least an. So the odds have to, the only way it can, I just need to show it's usually not prime. Is that right? 3, 3, oh, but p divides an, so it's not prime. Wait, no. Wait, no, that can't be it. No. Smallest prime factor of AI is decreasing. Is that it? Yeah. Smallest prime factor. Okay, so, alright, let me think this through. Actually, I'm gonna just write out one sequence so I have some data, because I'm not good at this kind of thing. So here's an odd number. We add its, let me pick a bigger odd number. 2013, why not? Goes to 2016. Actually, let me do 2019. I think yeah. So this is 2022, and then 6, 7. So I strip out all the 2s. 1011. 1011 is actually 3 times 337. Yeah, so actually because it's divisible by 3 initially, that never changes, right? Until you get a... Yeah. So you add it 1020 and then strip out all the 2s. And then you strip out all the 2s. Okay, so yeah, I agree. So if the smallest prime is non-increasing, so over time the smallest prime factor in the odd guys, we're only really going to look at the odd guys, to be honest, like, because the sequence alternates even odd, whatever. So we'd rather just say like let like bn be an odd number, and bn plus 1 be like bn plus smallest prime divided by 2 to the big. And your smallest prime always decreases. What happens if you start with a number like 7? It's like 56, or not 7, 11. No, it decreases. So consider a point where the smallest prime p has stabilized, so it stops changing. That means everything that you hit, all these odd numbers, they can't be divisible by any smaller prime. So in particular, p plus 1. Okay, let me do this slowly. Wait until, if we never hit a prime decreasing, then decreasing, because as I said, like here, yeah, it gets smaller. If we ever hit a prime, if we do hit p, then p plus 1 is a power of 2, so it's periodic. Okay, that should be it, right? Cool. Alright, cool. So let's do Dennis's problem. What do you think? That was cute. I think that was worth doing. Yeah, that feels like a good SMO1. It was originally SJMO1. Ooh, yeah, I think that should be SMO1, not SJMO1. I think that problem has a positive most rating. Okay, this was the KoMaL problem. Okay, so we're going to consider scaling triangle A, B, C, the best. And I is the in-center. So I'm not thinking anymore because I'm like not typing. And then, oh geez, okay, zoom out, zoom out. So IA is 2 times triangle center, BIC3, minus I, W equals circle ABC. The X circle is circle IA through I don't understand how there's not a foot command built in. Like, that feels like the one command that I really just should be there. I mean, it's not that much longer. I don't like it. There should just be a foot command. And I used to, when I was in high school, have my GeoGebra set up so that it registered there, but for some reason, I never got it to work back on here. Alright, so X and Y, they're called uni for now, we'll rename them, that's okay. Yeah, Olympiad package. Here's the funny thing, I don't use the Olympiad package anymore. I use the built-in geometry package, which is not non-standard. Like if you use Olympia.ASCII, you can only use that on places where you either control the server or the person does math contests. But geometry.ASCII can actually just do everything that Olympia.ASCII can do. It does it better and it's built into Asymptote. So yeah, like apparently, yeah, there's just a package in base Asymptote that does what Olympia does but better. Send geometry.ASCII. If you have Asymptote installed, you should already have it. Like just import geometry and read the manual. Yeah, so I was very surprised to learn this. I think what happened was probably historically we didn't know it existed, so we wrote our own. And then one day someone realized that, hey, wait, this was built in already. I was like, well, yeah. All right, so choose MN such that our tangent to XY intersect BC at Z. Okay. Yeah, it just does everything that maybe not literally everything, but because it's built in, like wait, so M is like just this point, right? So like N is reflect M line IA Z and line, you want them collinear. So you want, isn't this just the USA TST problem? Yeah, so what happens is no, this was the problem that Danielle showed me and that turned into a USA TST problem. I claim that I is on the Semidian and like yeah, I think this is just a USA TST problem. I think I've literally seen it. But I'll write out the proof anyways, which is that I'm going to consider like the circle. Yeah, no, she just found this in GeoGebra and showed it to me, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And so, yeah, basically Z is the concurrence of all these radical axi, and therefore, something happens. I forget what. But oh yeah, this circle is that diameter. If you want another equivalent formulation, shortlist 2017 G4 has the same configuration. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I've just done the same problem. Yeah, the story was that so Danielle, when she came up with this, she was like, oh, you know, I noticed that I lies on this M median of triangle MXY, and I was like, oh, that's cute. Fine. And then so I projected it onto the A altitude, and I was like, okay, you know, we get a statement with a rhombus. And then I was like, what can we call a rhombus? And at that point, this point was called D in the problem, this point was called E, so I needed like E star A star for some stars. And then Danielle's like, you can put your name in it. I'm like, are you serious? And she was like, I won't let you submit the problem to TST unless you put your name in it. So that's how I ended up being a rhombus. Yeah. Fun fact. Yes, so if you've done the 2017 G4, you'll have a pretty good shot at the 2017 5, because they're like about the same picture. Yeah, anyways, this quadrilateral is harmonic, and then I is tangent here, so yeah. Let me not be sloppy and actually write out the solution for people who haven't seen it yet. We're gonna let this guy be P and Q or something. Yeah, sorry, Chen. Yeah, so by radical axi, like lines PQ, lines XY are all concurrent. However, if I now define like, so IP and IQ are tangent because of the right angles. So wherever IM meets again, M and P, like if I redefine N to be the point such that this is there, then M, P, Q, N are harmonic. So these tangents all concur at Z. That's the proof. Canonical solution is La higher. Yeah, I think that's about the same thing, right? Like the higher says that the polar of I is the line PQ, and this is the same line I've drawn. Yeah. Yeah, well, congratulations on reinventing a TST5. This was our TST5. Alright. Yeah, I think USA MTS, like, I mean, it's not for the boppers, right? It's for the people who are learning proofs, and I think it does that job really well by providing like a problem set that you're actually expected to spend a month on. And like, even though the graders, like, the thing is USA MTS is single graded, right? So there's always going to be some noise in grading, but I think it's like, still, if you're like first learning how to write proofs, like having any feedback like at all from anyone who knows like anything is like actually really hard to come by. Like, that's one of the big reasons I started the use SIMO, is because like yeah, like I was just like the US literally has like no proof contest other than USA MTS, where like someone in the US can say, I want to learn how to write a proof, or just I want some feedback on like a proof. And yeah, USIMO gives you that. And USIMO is designed, like, obviously to be a little harder than USAMTS. Like, it's for a slightly more mature audience than USAMTS, I think, is geared at. But like, It's literally only these two contests I can think of that are really open to everyone and actually will tell you, like, you know, give you some feedback on your work. Yeah. It was why I didn't like completely die my first JMO, right? Because I was like, oh, I have like some vague proofwriting experience. Yeah, SIMO is actually hard. I deliberately decided I didn't want to water down the contest. I don't know. Maybe that's the wrong decision. You might disagree, in which case you should run your own contest, because we really need... I really think it would be nice if we had a USE JMO, like just something like a little easier, but I just can't. Like, I just don't have the grading power. I can barely grade the actual USIMO. So, you know, tragic. Yeah. I just don't know what to do about this. I'm like, I really wish we had a junior division, but I just don't have enough volunteers. Because the problem is the junior division gets more people than like a fully USIMO level competition. Okay, I did 6 problems. Does that mean I did an Olympia today? Should I do Andrew Wu's problem as well? I feel like the last 2 problems went by real fast. I'll do Andrew's problem, alright? We'll do one more, and I can say I did one more problem than an Olympiad. Okay. How many problems? We've done 6 problems today, which included a lot of me bumming around because I was tired. So yeah, today's a really productive well, actually, I think the problems that I've been getting are just easier. Like, well, easier, and I kept getting lucky. Like, 2 of the problems I literally just like realized I'd seen before. Like, hey, 5x squared plus minus 4 is a Fibonacci number. We might not be so lucky with this problem. I don't think Andrew Wu's geos tend to be very easy. So let's find out. A, B, C. Right up party. Oh, jeez. Okay, so E is intersect. Oh, what's Trolliola Center? Okay, and then point N is the midpoint of EF. Oh no. Okay! And line AN meets Omega again at Z. Oh jeez, alright. We're in for a long haul. Line CE and C. What the frick? Oh no. Alright, and let lines CV and BU meet at P. Yeah, I'm just already like, this point N doesn't like... well, I'm gonna add D. We should just have D. D equals intersect line AHBC. DF is polygon DEF. What is this? Oh no. These points are so... What are these points? Okay, and prove that UV and BC meet... Okay, well at least I have something to start. I think I know where that point P is. That's just by Pascal, right? By A, B, U, Z, V, C. Yeah, okay, so let me note that to start. So P lies on EF by A, B, U, Z, V, C, Pascal. Now here's the next question. Does P lie on line AD? Because if so, then life is a lot easier. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, so why is it on 80 as well? Forget the other thing. I want to prove this first. A PhD is a harmonic bundle. Actually, barring that, something interesting happens. If it's true that it lies on there, then this harmonic bundle means A and... Okay, I want to draw the other intersections. So, reflection of... well, I need a name. 2 times E minus H. What do I call this point? Q. Yeah, Q is fine. R is 2 times F minus H. So, is QR parallel to UV and EF? Not to UV. No. But it's parallel to EF. Anyways, that's not relevant. Okay, undo, delete. Hey, go away, I don't need you. So AUQC and AVRB are apparently harmonic quads. If I believe what's going on here. Why is that seems so strange. What is going on? Thank you, C Gloper1 for the follow. ABZC is harmonic. Is that obviously true? Wait, is that? Oh, that's a Semidian! No! I always miss this! I always miss this! Every thinking time. I'm... oh. Every time. Yeah, it's a Semidian. Thanks, kids. So, AZ is a poorly disguised Semidian. Yeah. Oh, yeah, let me put the dentist plug. Where's the place where it shows up? Well, we'll just leave it there. Ah, no, that's not legible. Yeah, okay, yeah. It's just poorly disguised meaning. So ABZC is harmonic. And so... yeah, I'll change the color. Yeah, okay, so, and it's just not helpful, it's just distraction. So ABCC is harmonic, so if I take the projection from V, No, I don't want V. Where can I project from? Yeah, I don't know either. It's like I want AUQC to be a harmonic. Is that through anything? ABZC, AQ. Is there a point I can? I don't see it. AFB and CV intersect AB. I think V is fine. AFB and CZ. I think V is. Wait, I'm confused. AHPD. So this guy. Oh, yeah, that works. Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, at this point, I didn't mark it, but it's important. So, yeah. Okay, great. So, yeah, AZBC, I'll project through C. Sorry, through V onto the line AB, and I get A, F, B, and then CV intersect AB, and then we'll project this through C onto A, H, D, P. Or, I mean, like sort of like Phantom P. Yeah, so okay, great. So P also lies on there. So now we've identified those points. Also, there's like some harmonic quads. Great. Well, okay, so let me actually finish reading the rest of the problem. So prove that UV and BC meet on the tangent from P to the circumcircle of A. Oh no, I deleted N. The heck? Okay, so we'll let's have UV and BC intersect, I guess. We'll call it T. Okay, I think these reflections I've drawn haven't done very much anymore. I don't really... Maybe it'll come in handy, but I'm gonna hide it for now. At least this line I'm gonna hide for now. Don't really think I need it. Okay, so on the tangent from P, that doesn't even really? So if I draw this circle, then line TP is a tangent? I guess it does look like it's a tangent. Okay, fine. So actually at this point, I don't really need Z anymore, right? Like, it doesn't do anything. Because V and U are better understood just by taking P and intersecting them, is that right? Can I just delete Z? Okay, can I just do that? Okay, I'm just gonna delete Z. So by Brocard's theorem, the polar of, yeah, T is a polar, right? That polar... There's a polar, yeah? Let me just draw it. Polar T and omega. I want to see if that goes through anything nice. Is this point something I recognize? I'm not sure. Yeah, but nevertheless, like, so it's sort of like you have this polar, like P it already sort of has this polar shape, and so what I want is that also it's the If you were doing this on a contest, would you be able to get close to the accuracy? To be honest, I haven't practiced for a long time with the physical ruler and compass. I've kind of lost sense. I think what happens is, like, the diagram is obviously not as accurate. However, the flip side is you don't. I feel like I'm surprised how often I look at a diagram and I'm like, that looks like it should be true, and then it turns out it is true. With like the paper diagrams, like, even when it's slightly distorted, apparently I still see it. Extend AP and AN to the circumcircle. Good idea. So let's reflect H. If I extend AN, I just get Z again, right? Okay, I'll put Z back. And then here's AZ. And we'll replace AD with AD prime. So, are you telling me these are collinear? No, they're not. Yeah, I just don't see what APN has to do with anything here. I might be being baited. But it's a broke card picture. Oh, that's true, yeah. APN is similar to AD prime Z. But that doesn't... What do I do with T? Why are they similar? Because, if you extend line EF, like, there's a thing that's happening where here, A is like the arc midpoint of here, so everything that's, like, it's actually a shooting lemma, I'll just say it that way. Like, because EF is perpendicular to OA. Yeah. They are cyclic. Okay. But the other one isn't? Wait, are they actually cyclic? Ah, freaking. Why is that true? It follows from the harmonic lemma thing. Like EF, oh yes, okay, fine. Yeah. By powerful point from EF intersect BC. So I feel like we should we mark that point? Do I want EF intersect BC in the picture? I'm also, okay, I'm going to draw the other polar. Polar T, what did I call the other circle? What version of GeoGebra is that? GeoGebra Classic 5. Yeah, I'm of the opinion that the classic one is just much more functional than the modern one. I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels that way. Don't use Chrome. Or like you can just like GeoGebra is run in in Java, I believe. Yeah, like the GeoGebra 5 is in like Java, so you don't need to use a whole browser suite. What browser do you use? Mostly Firefox. Yeah, I don't know what APN is doing either. Maybe it's just an angle thing. Like I just want like what angle? Okay, let's just draw TP. Yeah, maybe the circle was bait and I just want it because the circle feels awful. It doesn't look like it passes through anything. It doesn't feel related to anything at all. If I delete the circle, what do I want? Like I want like angle TPN to be computable, or like TPA, or yeah, either TPN or TPA, which should be kind of equivalent because I know angle AP anyways. So it's like I want the angle between TP and yeah, TPS or TPF or something like that. Does that circle go through the AQ point? Ah, jeez, where did I put that circle? What is the Q point? Is it like? Good eye. Yeah, it does. Okay. Is TA and TZ tangent? I doubt it. No. The polar of T is that, but yes. Oh, it's that point. Ah, okay. Hello. Okay, so why are they cyclic? Because they are. SP times SN is yeah. Okay, so they're cyclic. Fine. That is okay. So this point, is it called a Q point? I don't have a name for this point. I usually denote it G though. I just know I call it G. Yeah. So because of the harmonic thing, like from S, like everything passes through here. So in particular, A, G, P, N are cyclic because AP times AN is equal to AF times AE equals A. Sorry, SP times SN is equal to SF times SE by harmonic garbage, and then SG times SA is equal to SF times FE because they're cyclic. Okay, so that's the the circle isn't completely garbage. It's like that there is something there. Yeah, so it's this point G, and it lies on a bunch of things, like segment GM. Okay, all right. This is a very heavy diagram now. Alright, I'm sorry, I need to add some colors. There's too many circles for me. This is also like a basic circle. But this is the new circle. Yes. TSTST 2017 is one place where that Q point has appeared. Okay, so with that happening, what do I do? So at this point, I'm gonna hide this for a moment. I don't really think I need it. I'm gonna hide. Yeah, I was wrong. I was saying the circle looked terrible and didn't pass through anything, but it passes through like one of the most important points in this picture. Dad instincts. I don't think I need to have this circle drawn actually, because I know what the circle is. No, I should keep it. Yeah, PN goes to DZ under spiral similarity. Is that true? Yeah, yeah. But all this doesn't answer the question. What is the point T doing? Like, I don't... What are U and V? Why are U and V here? And then what do they have to do with P? Is AQ like an actual name? I've heard the name a few times. I suspect it's like a name in India. I don't. Yeah, I think the name originated from the India Math Circle community. UV does not pass through APN. Sorry. Yeah, that would. Like, I just don't see what you like. I've gone like Z. I think is bait. I actually now kind of think N is bait. Can I just kill N now? Like, just use AGP instead. I really don't want to deal with it. Is it not well known? I don't think it's well known. I've heard it like a few times, and I think it's like a regional term. It's like how I don't know, things that don't have a name get one made up for them, but they might not spread to like everywhere. So you have like the Death Star lemma or something. What do I call it? I don't have a name for it. Okay, that's a white lie. I don't have a name that I use publicly for it. In private, in my internal notes, like not even notes I give to my students, like notes I have for myself, it's called the Brazilian point. That makes no sense at all, so don't use it. Yes, after Brazil 2011-5, which is the first time I saw it. Are geo problems all part of one master diagram? The configuration heavy ones are. Like the American flavored ones tend to be connected. But is OP perpendicular to AP? No way. P is intersection of EF and AD. So like there's no way something like that is true and no one told me about it. Have you met any Brazilian contestants at IMO 2014? Probably? Our Korea is not here right now. What do I do with this T? Like, what is this? It does pass through G, so the circle's not complete garbage. Why would it? TP squared is anything good? I'm confused. Where'd Q go? Maybe B, V, and C. I mean, I thought about Brocard, but I don't see what it does. Like, what do you do if I quote Brocard's theorem? And why is my undo key literally useless? Is PQ perpendicular to UV? Oh, that would be a miracle. I don't think so. That looks off. Yeah, I don't think that's 90. How is Q defined? I defined it as the other tangency point. I have this thing where, like, if you have one point, then you usually want to look at the other. Sometimes. Maybe it's not true here. But I thought it was worth at least marking the point, see if anything blatant true. But I don't think so. Oh man, I don't see where I'm going. What do I do? If it's broke... B, P, and C. That's just because you'll point S, right? Yeah. I'd want to, like, is there a circle tangent to BPC? Maybe that's what I want. Or it could just be an angle thing, right? Like, we don't have to work with, like, well, now that we have this point here, like, it's just, can I compute angle GPT? Or even just APT would be good enough, right? APT versus PGA. TD, P, TP. It's like I want to get some control over the direction of line TP. What do I do with this? Is there another circle through U and V? So I mean, I guess you have this idea of maybe like TP squared equals U and V. Is there another circle through them? Yeah, okay, so let's bring out the bro card. Why not? So, BPC we actually think is a nice circle. And PUV is another circle. Huh. That's not what I expected to happen, but I'll take it. There's a point here. Where do these... Oh, never mind, there's no point there. Ah, I tried. I was thinking, like, you know, we have this bro card. Actually, like the foot from O to TP. This is a make-up point. It's like, yeah. So if you believe that bro card is sort of the right way to think about this, then it's like TW should just be tangent. We don't really care about T that much. Maybe it's just distraction. We want a point that's on. Yeah. So UVP and BPC. Which incidentally does pass through N. And it does not lie on this circle, so goodbye. Well, it's a little confusing. But like, yeah, there's a make-up point here, is what I'm trying to say. And I want this radical axis to be tangent somehow. Who knows why? Yeah, I mean, there is a make-up point there. I don't know if it does anything good. It's the inverse of EV intersects CU, wherever the heck that point goes. Why is it tangent to that circle? The world may never know. What if I, like, invert? Oh, that's so bad, actually. No, let's not do that. Yeah, actually, like, maybe T is just... Because T is so bad, maybe we don't care about it. Or, T is not that bad, but maybe we don't care about T and we care about, like, just the whole orthic picture. Like, if I draw in... It's just this circle. I just don't see what N's doing. Or BC. Isn't W the center of spiral sim from BC to UV? Yeah, that's correct. Thank you, Cha211, for the follow. Oh, I missed an ad break request. I'm sorry. I'm not watching this queue carefully enough. How did I... Maybe focus on U and V and angle chase. Yeah, maybe. I don't think we're gonna get this. I'm not feeling it though. The other reason is I think people are pretty tired by now because this is like our 7th problem we're trying. Is this 7 or 6? I lost track. I think this is 7, right? Yeah, yeah. G is the only thing about APN that's reasonable. It occurs to me that like P is not only the sum, like P is the intersection of like 3 different chords, and I don't know if that changes anything about it. Like, if I have 3 chords like that, can I do something with it? Maybe not. Alright, I think I'm done. Okay, we tried. We did not get 7 today. Yeah. I realized at some point I was like staring at the colors on the screen, and so I was just like I think it's too late, like we might have put up a better fight if it was like not almost midnight, but saying that, I don't think I'm gonna get that today. I was really hopeful after we figured out where P was, like that P was like actually just 80 intersect EF and got rid of like ZE and ZF from the picture, which maybe in hindsight I shouldn't have. Should I have kept Z and ZF around? Just use all of them? Oh, that seems so silly though. Alright. Yeah, it seemed good, and then we just kind of, I don't know, I feel like we're still missing at least one thing. It didn't feel that close. It felt like we got a good start, but it didn't feel like we were getting close to the end or something. But also I'm just really tired. Yeah. Yeah. Did anyone here actually participating? Good night. Yeah, I honestly am probably going to sleep too. Well, by which I mean I should go eat dinner and then sleep. Yeah. Evan, how are you? So good. I didn't solve the problem that you just saw. Alright. Yeah. It's because my soundboard stopped working. I was going to eat dinner at 7. I'm like, wait, my soundboard didn't work. I'm like, how am I supposed to run a stream without a soundboard? But it was all in vain. I just spent the hour like trying to figure out why Soundux wouldn't find my input streams. It was working fine last week. I don't know what changed. Maybe there was a kernel. What? Well, I just opened the soundboard and it's working again, so... I don't get it. I literally spent an hour trying to fix it and it didn't work. And I just opened it again on a whim and now it's working. Are you serious? Why? Why do you do this to me? Oh my god. Okay, well. I rebooted my whole computer and it didn't help. Earlier, like... Granted, like, my audio is also just not working, period, I guess. Like, when at the start of the stream, like, the audio wasn't playing at all, so maybe that was the actual issue. But, I don't get it. Okay, let's all have a field trip to the soundboard. I'm so annoyed I'm going to do this while I'm on stream. Let's see if it works. Yep, it's working. Why it wasn't working before? The world may never know. Okay, well, let's set all the hotkeys. I like went and installed the latest version, so now my hotkeys that I used to use for this are gone. Ah, Jesus. So I just slowly set the hotkeys. Is this a technique to prove an expression is rational? Not per se that I know of. I mean, I don't know if I've ever like proved something was rational. Though I can't think of. You'd have to give me an example of a problem you're thinking of. I can't think of one where it wasn't like. Hello. Why won't you set the hotkey? Oh, that's why, because it's the... That's the stop hotkey. Okay, everything's working. One day I'll know why... How do you recommend storing solutions in an organized way? So yeah, I wrote a script called Vaughn to do this. Like I literally wrote a program. I can show you what it looks like. For example, use SIMO 2020. So these are what all the problems look like. Maybe I can sort them in alphabetical order. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And you know, I can edit it. So if I go in, this is what it looks like, blah, blah, blah. There's content, and I can compile it, except the heck? That's not supposed to happen. Did LaTeX get an update today? Okay, I have to look at that. It looks like one of the packages I've been using with broke. Yeah, so unfortunately, like, because it's a command line script, it just doesn't work well on Windows, because Windows is, like, bad. But there is a script. So, if you want to try to figure out how to use it, go for it. And if you can figure out how to use it, and want to write up instructions so other people can use it, please send them to me, because so far the Windows experience has been like, ha ha ha. Windows GURP, go burr. Yeah. Basically. But yeah. I actually had to write my own programs to do this. Before that, for like the first like between like 2014 and 2016-17, I like tried a bunch of different existing software, and just none of it actually did quite what I wanted it to. So eventually I wrote my own. And because I wrote it myself and I am like an amateur programmer, the code is quite bad. But, you know, that happened. Alright. So, thanks for hanging out, everyone. That brings us to the end of the stream for today. I like this black and white aesthetic. Maybe I should just do all my streams with myself being black and white from now on. Wouldn't that be something? Alright. Alright. Roll credits live. Press the big green button. Otis web portal. It's just a Django thing. Like, the fact that I was able to write the Otis website in Python is a testament, I think, to how powerful the framework is. Like, that's Django. Yeah. And thank you to the 2 new subs. I now get a small amount of pocket change for these very long streams. Good night. I need to figure out why the soundboard wasn't working here there. We'll find out. Alright, see ya. Otis office? Yes, bright and early tomorrow if you're in Otis. We will be doing some more problems from my list, which never ends. It's like the list of problems people have told me are good and I should do is so long, it's just not exhaustible. It's just never going to finish. Like, ugh. The problem is that, actually, it's not even that it's inexhaustible, the problem is it grows faster than I finish it. Are you returning to MIT soon? I'm in Boston now, if that's what you're asking. Yeah. Okay, good night all. Yeah.